Hello everybody, welcome back to another Ansant Rail Studios live stream. And it's Dovetail Direct today. Very exciting, very exciting. So, if you weren't already aware, Train Sim World 7 has been announced. So I don't know if anyone's seen it, but it has been announced. As always, it's including a British route, a German route, and an American route. I won't go into too much detail now because obviously we're going to be watching it in just over an hour. But yeah, it's exciting. We're going to be watching Dovetail Direct. But before that, we're going to be driving on the Bedford to Corby route. The newly released Bedford to Corby route, I should say, released a week ago today. So we're going to be driving from St Pancras to Corby first on an HST, and then we'll see what we do. Probably won't have enough time for another run back down to St Pancras because I had to start the stream a bit later than I was hoping to. But anyway, let's get straight into it. I just launched the game here. So what I'm showing you now is the Dovetail Direct countdown, which has a few hints of what's coming on the Dovetail Direct. So yeah. Now I'm not sure whether we're actually going to get a we're actually going to be able to if there's going to be any talk about Train Sim Classic. but it's likely not. I think we're just going to be getting. I think we're just going to be getting the talk about Train Sim World and Wonders of Sodar. So I've got the game launch, as you can probably hear. So let's get that up. There we go. Okay, so let's get on to the route. So, the Bedford to Corby had quite a few scenarios. So now I have. So this is just the AP scenarios I should add on here. Just the AP ones. So yeah, there's quite a few scenarios on here now. So let's see. The scenario I chose to do, or I think it was this one. To provide sufficient rolling stock for a new timetable in May 2018, East Midlands Trains took on 3 X-Grand Central HST sets formed of 6 coaches. You must drive one of these with 43480 and 43468 between St Pancras and Corby at the beginning of the evening peak. So this scenario should take us perfectly up to the start of the direct. So yeah, let's just get into it now. Hopefully we don't get an out of memory error, but we'll see. I haven't tested this scenario, so you know what, that's okay. We can ignore that. Okay. Driver, first things first, open the doors here at St Pancras, where you were booked away at 1650, then move to 43468 at the rear end, start up and preparation for departure. Once you've done that, staying in 43468, turn off the electric train supply and turn it back on, so 43468 is applying ETS to 440. Upon departure, you are non-stop to Wellingborough before calling at Kettering and Corby. Alright. So let's open the doors. Start the engine. Hello Narrowtech. Good evening. Right. Engine start. So I'm gonna have to hold this until the engine's fully started. Which is when the revs settle at 750 RPM. There we go. So let's turn off the train supply and turn it back on again. That's what it's supposed to do. Okay, so let's switch off this cab and head in the other one. We can set the lights. We don't have a signal yet, so we can leave the DRA off. On, sorry. lovely loco this. You can set up the GSMR. So we are 1 mic 5 6. Our signal is 11. Perfect. So by the looks of things, we're going to see this HFC out first. Sounds like a DP185. Yes, this has the road, so yeah, that's going out first, and then it'll be us. Oh, in fact, there it goes. That's brilliant. Perfect. So, the Bedford to Corby route had 38.5 miles of track between, obviously, Bedford and Corby, but as well as that, it adds a short section of the Bedford to Bletchley line, Mastervale line, between Bedford and Stuartby, and it's set in the early 2010s, so there's no overhead wires. It's got 6 custom station models and quite a few custom bridge models, which is quite nice. We've now got the roads off the DRA, and looks like we are about to leave. Should note we still have a double yellow, so keep that in mind, but it will probably change to green by the time we head out. So luckily we're not actually stopping that many times, because if you were, then I'm sure one of the times I would overrun, because it's an HST and it's pretty difficult to get the braking right. There we go, we've got the buzzer from the guard. Listen to this. Absolutely brilliant. first we have the enhanced AP Midland Main Line. It's Bedford, and we're actually going to not stop at Bedford. We'll be zooming through. More fun. So, yeah, that's the first. Which is an absolute brilliant route. It's AP, of course. So the starting price for Bedford to Corby is £25, which in my opinion is quite overpriced, because it's a high quality route, don't get me wrong, but first of all, it's only 38.5 miles. We've paid £25 for 120 mile routes. Granted, not as good quality, but still you get more track. And not only that, the Bedford to Corby route requires the AP Midland Main Line, which is £20, so if we add that on, that's £55. And then that requires 3 more routes, which are West Coast Main Line South, which is £25. That gets you total, that's £80. Chatham Main Line, another £25, which you get for a total up to £105. And then you either need the Just Trains Southwestern Expressways to Reading, the Wessex Main Line, or Midland, Sheffield, Derby. Cheapest of those, I think, is the Wessex Main Line. It's another £25. So in total, you're really paying around £130. So yeah, it is quite expensive. But again, I'm not saying that it's a bad route, it's a brilliant route. It's a lovely drive, and it's definitely one of the best routes in train simulator that we have. It's up, and I wish AP actually did more enhanced routes. So they could do is the London to Brighton route, for example. That needs an update. Some people have said that the London to Peterborough route needs an upgrade, and yes, it is old and outdated, but ATS are planning essentially an enhanced London to Peterborough. It's going to be a modernised one. So yeah. Other routes, possibly, could be maybe the River Yet. Do an update. It's just these old routes that need an upgrade, need to be brought to modern standards. So as we're exiting London, the FPS is quite low, but as we get past Cricklewood, it should start to go up. So this is Cricklewood Depot. This is quite a laggy area here because it's got all of these tracks, plus a lot of scenery. If you go into the route editor, you'll see that there's around 2,000 to 3,000 assets in each time, which is around double what most people recommend for a route. But that's the cost of having a good look at it. So as we get north out of Cricklewood, we should see our frame rate increase to around 60 FPS. high-speed driving. But then again, it can get quite boring, especially for this service. We're not doing stations for 65 miles. So £20 for all of that is quite good, and it also applies to the Chatterjee South. So you get fly by it. Something ain't yet to work with blending sound. Now, you'll find if you're traveling at higher speeds with coaches, sort of, you kind of hear sort of a gun sound, really. But yeah. We've got our first 125 mile an hour speed limit coming up here, and you feel like you're going really fast with this speed. up to 110 speed limit now. And 100 up ahead. So the AP Sky and Weather enhancement really improves the lighting, especially since the last update. It's definitely gotten a lot better, and you really notice a difference. And the shadows just look much better, especially with the enhancement. You see the shadows come up more in the camp. So if you look on the map, the SD, you get quite a long stretch. This is St Pancras down here. You get all the way up to Bedford there, keeps going up to Cork here. So you get quite a nice stretch of track. I think it's probably nearly 90 miles or upwards of that. So it's quite a good stretch once you get the extension pack with it as well. Down for this 105 miles an hour speed limit coming up. We pass through Harpenden. I overtake a 700. Got a double yellow there, so we'll start slowing down in case we have a red. And we have a green now, so... Looks like we've got Luton Airport Parkway here. Pass through Luton, we're overtaking a 700 and getting up back up to 100. Let's have a look in the passenger view. Oh, I guess we don't have one. So we're getting close to Bedford now. To our left would be, this is the Bedford to the Marston Vale line, and here is Bedford with quite a large depot. But as I said, we are not stopping at Bedford. We're just going straight through. got a double yellow, so let's start slowing down. It's important to start slowing down as soon as possible because you gotta just assume that there's gonna be a red light, but it's cleared us again, back to a green. But again, you just have to assume that there is a red light up ahead, a red signal, so you just have to take caution. So as we get into Bedford, you'll slowly start to see our frame rate drop towards 14 FPS, because that's just Bedford. It's always gives low FPS. Let's see if we can get a flyby shot in Bedford. Brilliant. Oh, DSD's going off. So we're now on the new released, technically new Bedford to Corby route, even though this part was technically included in the original enhancement pack, but you couldn't really drive anywhere with it. Thank you, Narratech. A little over 10 miles to go until Wellingborough, our first stop. So yeah, this is where the route gets interesting, because the slow and fast lines are at different levels, and eventually they break off, and so the fast lines continue and the slow lines go off somewhere else before they join just before Wellingborough. Unfortunately, this route is set in, obviously as I said before, it's not set during a time period when the wires are up, so the slow lines don't really have much use, because there's no wires, because they nowadays are mainly used by the Luton Airport Express services. And freight services. That's very cool narrow tech. This is where the slow lines diverge off. Looks like this HST struggling up the 1 in 119 gradient. This is quite steep in fairness. Little over 5 miles to Wellingborough. Something cool about the HST is you can change the horn. This is my favourite one, I think. I think you can also change the clag factor, but I don't remember how to do that, so we'll just have to make do with whatever it's currently set up. So we got change from double yellow to green before we can start slowing down. But we have a freight train here hauling what look to be JPA cement wagons, Freightliner Class 66. Now we do actually have to slow down, so let's get the brakes started up. Let's start slowing down for this red light up ahead. takes a while for the HST's brakes to come alive, so you have to just be careful about that. But we can release them because we're now cleared into Wellingborough. So we can just cruise it down into Wellingborough at 60 miles an hour. Those run sounds are quite nice, actually. So we have a yellow light, but we can ignore that because it will clear us into Wellingborough. Oh, we've got some flange sounds. So we should be aiming to enter the station at or below 30 miles an hour. And there's a Meridian speeding out of Wellingborough. Sort of coming a bit slow here, but it's okay. Rather coming slowly than overshooting. We're still ahead of schedule anyway. It says we're doing 17:33, so we're alright for time. This is one of the custom modelled stations along the route. I don't know if they have HST stops, but we'll just stop with where it tells us to stop on the HUD. So that should be perfect there. Let's see how I did with the stopping. I mean, that is pretty on point. Cool feature about the APHST is that the doors open and close randomly, like they would in real life. And this is where the cover photo was shot, I think. But obviously, there wouldn't be a train here. It's coming through over there. It's quite a nice looking station model. AP did a good job modelling it. Oh, there goes that freight train. Let's see, can we take a little bit of a screenshot there? What about that? That looks nice. Oh. Let's get out of here. Kettering in 7 miles. Listen to the sound. Right, straight up to 100 miles an hour. Can close the door now. DSD. So just over 20 minutes until the Dovetail Direct, and we should be arriving in Corby in 20 minutes, so we should get there just in time. Wellingborough Yard there. We're catching up with that train up there. There we go. Overtaken and up to 110. So Kettering is just before we diverge. Oh, gold. That's a yellow light. Yellow signal, so we really have to move on if we want to stop for this signal. But Kettering, as I said, is just before, it's a station before we diverge off to Corby. Well, the Midland main line continues on to Leicester, I think. Another HST coming the other way. So banner repeater telling me we have a red light and I'm still going 45 miles an hour, so are we going to be able to stop? Well, we'll find out, won't we? What have you got up here? Oh, that's a cool class 378, but we've just been cleared, so 2 class 37s and a class 378 sandwiched between 2 RAG class 37s. But we have the line again, so let's continue. It's a very interesting move. Let's see. Oh, AWS. Let's see, what's the service called then? Wilson to Chaddiston sidings. I have no idea where Chaddiston is, but apparently class 378 needs to go there. Miles an hour over the crossing. I'm pretty sure we don't have another signal into Kettering, so we should be cleared. Another HST there that we seem to have held up. But we are cleared into Kettering. Okay, we're coming in a bit hot. Are we going to be able to stop? Yeah, I think we'll be fine. We might stop a bit before the stop marker. That's okay. So we have 2 minutes, I think, here at Kettering. Let's look around the station. I think the station is a bit different to the station how it looks nowadays. And I'm just going to assume that's correct, I guess. But yeah, it seems to be quite a nice station model, really. Lovely meridian coming now. We're about to leave for Corby. Let's see, how fast can we get to Corby? Let's just bang it full throttle. Oh, AI horn. Brilliant. But we're limited to 60, so we'll see. Well, that's where the Midland Main Line goes, up there somewhere. But we're going up here to Corby. And I'm speeding. Not getting a general fault for that. I guess not. There we go, we're veering off now. Let's see. Alright, bye Naratech. Okay, so we're now approaching Corby, our final stop, and then we'll get on to Dovetail Direct. How exciting! Okay. Right, let's put this here. Perfect. Let's get the direct on. Alright. Okay. And let me full screen that for you. There we go. Here we go. So Dovetail Direct 2026. Train simulator. Oh. Here we go. Oh.
Hello everybody and welcome to Dovetail Direct 2026. I'm JD, your host for the next 60 minutes of entertainment. But should we tell you a little
It's
bit
an
about
hour.
what we've got planned
Okay.
for today? I think so. Let's go. Conveniently sized giant logo. Like it. So what is Dovetail Direct? Well, it's our opportunity to tell you here at Dovetail Games everything that we've got planned for you over the next 12 months or so, give or take. Today, the highlight is going to be Train Sim World 7, our new edition of the Train Sim World franchise. We're really excited to tell you about all of the locos, all of the routes, and all of the new features that you can expect with the new game. Hey folks, and we're going to be talking to you about the next 12 months worth of content as well, with our take a ticket sections and our Train Sim World roadmap as well. So we're really excited to see what you think of that. And then next up, we're going to be talking to you all about this very useful engine here, Thomas and Friends, Wonders of Sodor. We're going to be talking to all of the people who made the game and a little bit about what Thomas means to them. And we're also going to be finding out a little bit more about the 12 months that we've got planned in terms of content. But the crew are calling me. I'm going to need to get to my set. Let's go.
So it doesn't seem there's going to be anything about Train
So,
Sim Classic
we're ready.
then.
Are you ready? Dovetail Direct 2026. Let's do this.
Okay.
Some people ask, are we nearly there yet? While others say, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. It's the people you meet and the memories you make along the way. Those people probably also say, good things come to those who wait. Whilst for others, they say, fortune favors the bold. So whether you're
Wow.
into long-haul marathons or short-haul sprints, if you're an early bird or a night owl, a fair-weather flyer or an all-terrain trawler, different people have different ways of moving through life. Maybe they're all right, because everybody is trying to get somewhere. So whatever drives you, whatever your purpose, you are not the only one. Find your way. Train Sim World 7.
Hey folks, and welcome back to another Dovetail Direct. I'm Alex, the Senior Community Manager here at Dovetail, and I'm joined by our Creative Brand Strategist and Tickler of Ivories, Benjamin.
Thank you, Alex. Let's see some W's in the chat.
We're not actually live, you know that, right?
Okay, well, there's lots of cool stuff to show you coming up this year in Train Sim World 7. So let's jump into it. Alex, rip off the Band-Aid.
Weird shot, but okay.
First up, from the USA, we're headed to the coasts of Florida.
That is a
Get
good
ready
route.
for the Tri-Rail Miami route, and with Deluxe,
Nice.
you'll get the Tri-Rail GP49.
In the UK, get connected with the Airedale and Wharfdale network. And with
As
Deluxe,
the leak
Deluxe
told us.
333.
And then completing this set over to Germany, we've got an adventure coming with Nuremberg to Würzburg.
Now this
And
is
on
a good route
Deluxe,
as well.
We've got the ICE,
The 3, right?
No, it wasn't.
1?
It wasn't the one. No, I've got it. It was the IC4.
Of course,
Exciting,
that's at the beginning.
finally.
We have lots of great new features coming too, including an all-new freight mode, easier controls, and live weather.
And
Easy
a ton
controls.
of quality of life improvements and a range of new settings that are going to increase the limits.
Don't know how easy control.
So don't
How do you get
go
easier
anywhere.
controls? It
That's
doesn't
right.
really,
We've got
doesn't
a
really
huge full
make
show
sense to me,
packed
but
ahead.
okay.
Get into those discussion threads, get on the comments, and get ready because we can reveal that Train Sim World 7 is coming on September 15th, 2026, with early access kickstarting from September 10th.
Oh, and you bet the free starter edition is back this year. So if you are new to Train Sim World, you've been thinking about giving it a go, why not? It's free.
And if you're already an owner of a previous edition of Train Sim World, bring across your compatible collection with you.
basically all the stuff you bought up until this point.
Yeah, and you get it with the newest training centre and all the newest Train Sim World 7 features.
So why not upgrade from Train Sim World 6 to 7? I'm genuinely sorry for what I just did here.
For those of you that have heard enough, you can pre-order Train Sim World 7
Oh my
right
gosh.
this second. But don't worry, because there is a whole show ahead, and there's so much more we can't wait to show you. So get comfortable, get ready. Cue the music!
I think I'm more excited really for the Take Your Ticket segment. It's quite exciting in my opinion.
Are we rolling? Yeah, here we go. Lucky number 7. You know, at the beginning of a documentary when they sit you down and do that kind of thing. I'm kind of going for that kind of vibe.
When we're looking for routes all over, we're trying to find things that push what we've done in the past, do something different. We have covered the north a little bit in the past, but not to a grand scale. So we thought this was a good opportunity to try and bring some of that different gameplay, bring in a different network route. So we did the Cardiff route, and the network aspect of it was really popular. So this is building on that into
Exciting.
a more mainline route.
Good choice.
Yeah, so the Airedale and Wharfdale lines, it's actually one of the busiest networks in northern England. And even though there's 2 big cities at either end, Leeds and Bradford, in the middle you've got all this wonderful, quaint Yorkshire countryside to look forward to. A lot of services will be starting at Leeds, which is a modern, busy hub, lots of different services coming out of there. But as you get going, there's going to be a lot of traffic coming your way from other areas on the route, including freight traffic, a lot of freight traffic on the route, and also intercity services that you'll be passing by along the way as well.
To me, it's the culmination of everything that we've done over the past several years. It has the scenic beauty of Riviera, it has the train variety of West Coast Mainline, the network variety of Cardiff, and the freight variety that we've seen from Tees Valley Line, and also the cargo line packs that third parties produce. So it's just the best that Train Sim Mod has to offer all in one package.
So I coordinate basically with all the different third parties we've onboarded now for TSW, and it's just about bringing their content, obviously, from inspiration on their drawing boards to something that's been delivered to players. Well, of the 3 routes, I think Airedale and Wharfdale is probably the one that most excites me. I predominantly play the UK content the most, and I love it when we get these sort of complete networks as a route. So rather than just being point to point, we're going out of Leeds and we've got multiple end destinations, multiple ways to sort of explore and experience it.
It's exciting.
So Leeds means we're back to the north. And of course that means we're making the Class 323 again. Now obviously we are making the Class 331, brand new ultra modern northern train that is used across the electrified northern network.
Very different to anything that we've done before. It's a modern EMU with a huge window in the cab, which is going to be great for absorbing all that wonderful countryside views.
It's fun to drive, it responds nicely, but it's not difficult to drive. They're nice and clean, they're sleek, and they're interesting.
It's a very common sight out of Leeds and onto the network that we're making.
Again, something quite different, very modern, and gives a lot of gameplay and services to this particular kind of route.
Where there's wires, there's a 331.
Good addition in my opinion.
So 331 is not alone.
Well, you've already shown us, haven't you?
For Train Sim World.
It sort of divides opinion.
Yeah, we're getting a fishbowl.
In the Deluxe, you'll be driving the 333, which it's got this sort of bulb glass fishbowl front to it. It looks really cool and unique.
I personally find this quite an ugly train. Am I allowed to say that?
I actually quite like it. It looks more like a networker that's just been a bit more shaved.
I love the fact that it divides opinion with its looks. I know we've got a few people who are probably going to say they hate it.
But in terms of gameplay
I
and
love it.
timetable,
Looks
it's
great.
going to add so much more services to the route. It's going to give players a real different experience to that of the 331.
They used to run down south in London on the airport lines, and they've now moved up north. So if you've seen them before, this is where you recognise them from.
I think for its time, it looks really modern. People forget how old these units are now, but it's sort of got that same vibe as an 80s car that looks ahead of its time.
It's been in service since 2001. It's seen many different northern liveries 333s over the years, but it's the classic Airedale line train. You couldn't have one without the other.
Wish
And
we could
beyond
get
that,
a
we also
321,
include the
but
Azuma 801, so that you'll get
I guess
those
it's a modern
earlier,
route.
faster trains that run between Leeds and Skipton. They also run to Bradford, so you've got lots of different services that you can do with that. That's one of the key things with this route, is it's not just
Why not a
route with 2
91
ends, it's a
though?
route with 4 ends.
And it means that the timetable has all the diversity it needs. It's quite rare for UK routes, particularly modern UK routes, to have a complete freight run on them. So we made an effort with this route to make sure that it has a proper freight experience.
There's a huge
Yeah,
variety of freight
another class
services on the
66.
using the HYA
There's
limestone
so many.
hopper wagon and
There's
the
there's
existing
different
Class
types
66
of locomotives
And the
you could use.
experience of
That
driving the
you
freight
have to use
services is a
another
bit different
flipping
because once the trains
66.
get to Skipton, they have to run around their wagons and then go up the freight only branch, fill up full of limestone, run around again, run back down to Skipton, run around again, go down to Leeds, run around again. So you'll be changing cabs all day, every day.
Okay. I'm Reese Lampard. I'm an audio designer level 1 here at Dovetail, and I'm involved in the recording, editing and implementation of audio to our locos and routes. Audio's extremely important, as it's almost the make or break. Audio is supposed to really bring you into the immersion of the experience. For the 333 and 331, we recorded at the Neville Hill Depot, which can be found on the route.
We were able to get some really good access and some static recordings there for both train sets. Managed to get everything from all of the air conditioning sounds, turning on and off, and looping round.
So we should be expecting some good sounds.
Horns, everything that we could possibly want, really, for what
see.
we need in TSW. It was great access. Northern were fantastic with us. It was just the perfect
They have
day
no
for us.
excuses this
Weather
time.
wasn't perfect, but that's the UK for you. So, yeah, I mean, you can't get everything that you want.
Okay. My name's Nick Farron. I'm a content ops specialist here at Dovetail Games. My role at Dovetail specialises on Steam. Platform Steam, not Steam trains. I mainly focus on the storefronts, so I help bring Train Sim World 7 and previous Train Sim Worlds to Steam, PlayStation, Xbox and Epic Games. I'm really looking forward to the Airedale and Wolfdale line in TSW 7, mainly because of the freight aspect. I mean, let's be honest, everyone loves a bit of Class 66 action. It's about being the driver of a machine that is so powerful and so perfect. I mean, it's just everything I wanted for Train Sim World 7.
For the past several years, we have done quite scenic linear routes, Riviera Line, West Coast Main Line. They very much give you one type of experience, and what we wanted to do was find something that gives you something different to do.
There's some cool stuff coming in TSW7 where you're going to be able to push the scenery a bit further into the distance. You're going to get some really amazing lighting coming as well. So this route will be the best it could ever have been.
We know that immersion is really key to our players, and so we're really hoping that audio is going to deliver that.
There's just so many locos there that I'm fundamentally looking forward to playing.
Talking to the people that drive these trains is brilliant, and it gives us so much insight to help us try and level up the experience.
It's one that I've just wanted to see in Train Sim World for a long time.
Florida, absolutely brilliant.
All aboard for the Sunshine State.
We've done
This
lots
is
of
great.
East Coast, West Coast, West Coast, East Coast, back and forth all the time, and it's so nice to be able to do something a bit different. We've done deserts, we've done cities, but palm trees, that's something a bit special.
We're going somewhere new
This is
operator,
actually quite
new part of the
exciting.
country. The scenery down in Florida is like nothing in the US, really. You've got
Where's it
bright
going
blue
from?
skies, you've got palm trees. It's really dense the entire way. This has been a real challenge for the team, probably one of the more challenging US routes that we've made to date. It just never lets up.
When I think of Florida, I'm thinking palm trees, speedboats, beaches. We've really tried hard to bring that Florida feeling into the route.
You know, you've got a mix of going through a couple of cities and then up into the countryside a bit more.
You've got Pompano Beach, Fort Lauderdale. There's 2 airports nearby the route as well. There's tons going on, lots to see. There's lots of life in the route.
Oh, the fun one about this one is there's gonna be little dolphin statues. So my name's Wu. I'm the assistant producer here at Dovetail Games. I go around chasing everyone and making sure that everything gets done on time. to a quality that we're happy with, so that the players can be happy. So normally we focused on the East Coast. Well, I mean, like East Coast in terms of like Northeast, where everything's all compact. You've got big high-rises, cramped grids sort of cities, and I think Miami's going to be really refreshing on that. Like, you know, we're going to try to convey the fun.
I don't like the desert, and New York's got a bit bland, so this will be great, I think.
It's sort of their flagship train now that runs just about every train they're running. They've had a heritage of other stock in the past, but pretty much the majority of their fleet runs on those now. So we've got those in the game as well. They are supported by Rotem coaches, which you will have seen on other routes previously, but we've got them in 2 different liveries. When you see pictures of tri-rail trains, they've got this classic light blue livery with palm trees on it, and it's just gorgeous. I
love the livery. It's quite
I really
nice.
love the livery of these ones. The rainbows, the palm trees, and like how blue and refreshing they are. Makes a change from the UK ones.
They've replaced them now with a modern, simple dark blue with their core colours, and both of those liveries will be present.
As is quite often the case with American trains, you're very high up in the cab, which gives you a nice panoramic view of the rails around you. You've got airports, you've got beaches, you've got cities, you've got rivers, you've got canals, so you've got so much to see out the window as you're driving along.
But for those looking for something a bit more familiar, we've also got the F40PH locomotive and the Rotem coaches and cab cars that they'll be pulling along the way.
As well as getting the tri-rail stuff, you're also getting CSX locomotives that have been updated for TSW7, which makes it almost a really good jumping off point into US content, because with the rolling stock that you're getting with this route, you can jump in and you're pretty much getting a full experience straight away.
So there's plenty going on with trains moving up and down the line. Yeah, it's a really interesting drive. Just an all-purpose does everything it needs to do.
I kind of want to know the route map of these routes. Maybe they'll show it at the end of this segment, but I don't
version of the iconic GP series of locomotives, the GP49H-3,
which is a slightly different locomotive compared to the other two. Looks more like a freight locomotive and a passenger livery, but it's a nice addition that just gives you that extra variety when you're driving around through Miami.
And they use that for all sorts of things. Sometimes they'll pull them in if they need to. If they've got a loco out of service, they'll pull one in. Sometimes it's used for maintenance of way trains. We were able to go out to see Tri-Rail for a week or two to get recordings of the train. They've only got a small number of them left now, so it was a really good opportunity for us to be able to actually capture one of these and get fresh recordings from the train, so that was huge.
Yeah, we recorded every little button, lever, switch, engines, exhaust, the head and power units, basically anything that made a sound. We had a mic pointing at it. When it was in its loaded engine state, it rattled the cab so much. It's like nothing I've ever experienced in my life. But we've managed to get that back in game where you're transitioning between notches and you've got the control stand vibrating, the window vibrating, the windscreen wipers vibrating. It's just like super immersive.
So, some exciting news with the Miami route. We actually reached out to the company that actually installed all of the kind of passenger information systems and the announcement systems for the stations, and they were really great, and they provided us all of the original authentic announcement files.
Oh,
so
that's
they
cool.
will officially be going in to the Miami route. And what's really interesting about the Miami route is that actually all the announcements, they're actually announced in 3 different languages.
So one's going to be English, one's going to be Spanish, and this one's a really exciting one. One's going to be Haitian Creole.
It's really easy to
Who?
kind of just assume that immersion
I don't
comes
know what
from
she is
just the
saying.
audio of the trains and, you know, the rolling stock that you see in our game, because that is just the focus of our game. But actually, the immersion comes from the environment around it, and I think the announcements is one key element of that in Miami.
Yeah, Miami was beautiful, really culturally diverse, some amazing food, and the people were just so kind. I mean, I'd never seen a lizard before, but there was one running around the depot and it got chased up a tree by a cat, which I thought was amazing.
We're always getting requests from all over the world, obviously, but we also have like a big player base in America, and you know, we've done LA before, and we've done New York, and these are all obviously like the first 2 places you think of when you think of America. You know, it's only right that Florida also gets a chance to shine.
This is just really built up the entire way with all sorts of different sort of architecture and houses and buildings and so forth that are right up close to the track.
I think there's a massive crossover between interest in aviation, interest in trains. So whenever I see a route that features an airport, it's always like a little plus point for me.
I think my favourite detail in Train Sim World 7 is
My kind of favourite set of sounds has got to be
the rattling inside the
GP49.
because I devised a little system to play the rattles at the correct transition points between the notches.
They kind of said, oh, did you want it like loaded or unloaded in terms of the engine? And we were like, both.
So we've got it swapping the sounds in game.
Yeah, I would say that's kind of a bit of a favourite of mine.
It's funny, we said the same thing.
Did he? I thought he might.
Florida is something new and unique for Train Sim World 7.
We've got airports, we've got built-up cities, the beach on the horizon.
I mean, there's palm trees on the coaches. What could be more reflective of the Sunshine State?
Honestly, it's a very different feeling route.
We can't wait for you to experience it.
Yeah, that's quite a good route in my opinion. I'm excited for the Nuremberg to Würzburg route. I think that'd be quite good.
So for Germany, we're going to be winding our way through the low peaks of Bavaria, between Nuremberg and Würzburg.
It's a route that's got a great amount of variety. You have regional passenger services, ICE services, through freight travelling from end to end. But the thing that excites me the most is that it's just part of a much bigger story of German routes in Train Sim World.
What's really interesting about this route is when it opened in 1865, it was actually built as a shortcut to bypass the other Ludwig lines. And as a result of that, it became one of the busiest lines in the whole of Germany.
It's a really fun two-track. The main line curves and twists around the hills and the valleys. You've got such beautiful scenery that it should be really fun to drive.
I mean, obviously it's quite a long route, but it's not barren. You've got 19 stations in there. So again, just like the others, you've got a lot of gameplay variation. In that 100 kilometres, you could be taking an ICE service right up to its top speed, or you could be doing a commuter run with a varied stopping pattern.
So there's a train that we've been really wanting to bring into Train Sim World for quite some time now, and there's been numerous opportunities in the past where we've thought about it, and bringing the BR440 into the game was something that we've, like I said, been trying to do for a while. It's a really common, it kind of supersedes common trains like the BR423, for example.
I hope they do a
nice to
better
have a new
job at it
regional
than
train.
in
This
Train
is a
Sim
classic
Classic.
EMU that is used across various networks in Germany.
And it's bringing that modern train into the game finally, which is just great to see. So when we announced last year, we were all looking at the Twitch chat, we were looking at the YouTube chat, and I think 80% of the chat was asking for one train.
This is the single most requested German train we've had.
It's probably the most requested train
It's
ever.
a modern experience.
It's a brilliant train.
Such an iconic German train.
It's brilliant to finally bring in this route.
It's the last missing puzzle piece.
Are you ready?
Apart from the
I think the IC4
ICD,
is so requested
Neo,
because
IC2.
it has such a different visual to the other IC trains.
The ICE4 is not the prettiest of the ICE trains. I think a lot of enthusiasts will agree with that. But what it brings to the
Well, that looks
table
great.
is a modern experience.
If you've ever been to Germany, you'll know that the ICE4 pops up everywhere. There's over 100 of these in operation, and it's great that they're finally bringing this train to Train Sim World.
We're doing the 12, 13 car versions with its unique boxy experience.
We're all really excited to see how players drive it and how they fly along in the German countryside.
The IC4 actually fits in a different profile to some of the ICs because it can only do a lower speed compared to the 1, the 3, the 3M, the ICE-T, and that's really interesting. So I think it's that variety that people are looking for and having that more modern train again.
I mean, let's be honest, it's such an iconic German train.
They're so instantly recognisable, and they've just been so in demand.
So really happy to finally be able to deliver that.
So we know that immersion is something that's really key to our player base, and we've been going out to Germany for recording trips to gather as much audio as we can for these locos, but equally we've been working with third parties, community.
So we've also got an incredible group of
Actually
people
quite
on
excited
the
for this
beta
German
team,
route. That's quite
supported
nice.
as well by the people in the business out in Germany who were able to actually go out to the route and help share lots of really cool reference.
The beta testers, they're so knowledgeable about like the information that we might not have, and like, you know, coming together and like helping to build the best game possible, really.
Okay, so my name is Rahul Jani. I'm the UX researcher at Dovetail Games. My job is to essentially run playtesting, bring fans, non-fans, gamers in general into the Play Lab and show them our products so that they can give their feedback and we can make changes to the game based on what they tell us. One of the things that I don't do is bring people in to discover a bunch of bugs and all the little programming flaws that can ruin or frustrate a player's experience. QA are a separate entity. They do really hard work for Dovetail Games. In the games industry in general, they're unsung heroes, whereas what I do is to discover where the gap in experience is. My whole focus is on game design and whether the design that is intended is being experienced through the products that we make. What I'm currently working on is a playtest for TSW7. I'm going to be bringing in players next week, in fact. It's been really fun talking to not just the train enthusiasts, but particularly that's a group of people that I have never had an exposure to. I've never had an interest in trains before. So not just getting to see how everything works through working at Dovetail, but also getting to have FaceTime with real fans, real people, real train enthusiasts, real people who have this like deeply
He was definitely going to say
knowledge
train
about trains.
nerds.
I think just having people come in and test at those milestones, simply that process has made an impact. Knowing that their feedback will have a direct impact on the products that we make to make the best version of Train Sim World that we can.
One of the real strengths of this route is the variety of traffic. Whether you're shunting in a little shunter or doing something in the IC4, doing commuter trains in the R440, or all sorts of other trains, loads of layers coming in from the rest of your German collection. It doesn't matter what you're interested in particular, there's something going to be here for you to have fun with.
I think it's so nice that we've been able to bring so many ultra-modern trains to Train Sim World 7. What I'm honestly most excited about in Germany, the gameplay's going to really keep you on your feet.
We're really looking forward to seeing your screenshots of the ICE4. That's if you can keep up with it. We fixed that with the camera, right, Alex?
These trains are particular icons of Germany. They're so recognisable all around the world, so we just can't wait for them to be with the players this year.
Hello again, everyone. We hope you enjoyed watching a sneak peek of what to expect in Train Sim World 7 and maybe some hints to the features that you'll be getting as part of the core upgrade. As a quick recap, if you're joining us now, for the UK, we are bringing you the Airedale and Wharfdale network from Leeds and Bradford to Skipton and Ilkley. This comes with the new Northern BR Class 331 and the HYA Limestone Hopper Wagon. On Deluxe, we're adding the Northern BR Class 333, which we're both very excited about. Headed to the USA, we are going to the Sunshine State with Florida Tri-Rail, Miami Airport to Boca Raton, and a huge range of included stock, also featuring the new Tri-Rail BL36PH.
Well, they haven't
For
really...
Deluxe, you'll also add the Tri-Rail GP49.
That's not what Florida looks like.
And finally,
forgot the
for you
panhandle.
German fans, we have got Bahnstrecke Nuremberg Würzburg with the new DBBR 440, and on the Deluxe edition, you've been asking for it, and it is finally here, the DBBR 412 ICE4.
Finally.
Let's dive into how Train Sim World 7 is raising the ceiling on the experience, giving you more modes, more options, and more performance out of your systems. I believe we had some magical animations prepared.
Ooh.
Oh, look at that! I'm appearing in my freight train final
What
form.
the hell is
Of course. Here to give you the rundown of TSW's latest mode, Freight Hauler.
And it looks like I'm a lost container car in the completely wrong yard. Yippee for me.
Buckle up, JD. We've got a whole new way to play.
This is a
TSW,
great
voted as a top feature from our player surveys. Pick your favourite locomotive, identify the freight that needs moving, and find your way to the correct destination across your favourite routes.
You should be able to find all of the freight you need using your map with details on what it is and where they're headed.
That sounds
You'll be
quite
setting
fun, to be honest.
destinations and taking total freedom of how you get the job done. As long as everything ends up in the right spot at the end of the day, then you'll complete the mode and get a debrief screen at the end.
We've been speaking to the devs at Dovetail, and it turns out you'll get a whole range of freight to deliver, from bulk to liquid to container cars to vehicles, lumber, and general load to boot as well.
Freight Hauler fits right into TSW and will be compatible across services and gameplay. Just look out for the Freight Hauler compatible flag in the timetable menu.
Matt, can we go to the next feature now, please? I don't really want to be a wagon anymore. And now for the latest weather, live from Dovetail headquarters. And I'm still a wagon.
Live weather. That does sound good, JD. I like what you're saying. Let's take a look at some of the fun new places you'll be visiting in Train Sim World 7.
Oh, live weather.
Clouds and rain in Leeds. It looks like we're having snow in Nuremberg.
In August?
And bright sun in Miami. Well, whatever the weather, in Train Sim World 7 you'll be able to get live data from real life directly reflected in-game. With live weather you can experience the route exactly as it is, live, and match to real life. As a bonus note, we've also made improvements to the dynamic weather system so that changes in the weather happen more gradually and generally are more stable.
So you've got full control on what weather you do want, and the weather you see will act and change more realistically whether you're looking for a little overcast or the full storm.
And that's the weather. Back to you in the studio for our next feature. Listen up, class. Here comes our next feature, making it easier than ever to learn and play Train Sim World.
Professor Pedalston, I have a question. Why am I still a wagon?
Silence! Let's learn about simplified controls. The best and most accessible way to drive, coming to Train Sim World 7.
I don't understand how you can get any simpler than it is
question, what do you mean by simplified controls?
In essence, picture a setting which completely changes the physics setup of the train, where you can drive with only a couple of keys and quick shortcuts for the key systems. It's everything you'd need, but made very easy and highly accessible.
What if I'm an experienced player and I still want to do the traditional Train Sim World experience? We're not making the physics all like this, right?
Correct. This is a separate option entirely, only in effect when enabled. We're hoping this can open up all new options for new players learning the game, or a chance for people to relax even more when driving.
It sounds so simple, Professor Pedalston, that even I'm getting it. Sounds great. Is there anything else that I need to know?
Well, Simplified Controls is built for easier driving, so some of the advanced simulation behaviours and mechanics won't cross over. Plus, it'll only be accessible for timetable and free roam. We don't want to break or invalidate our existing and new scenarios.
I'm getting it. It sounds like a great way for new players to get familiar and then jump into the full simulation when they're ready.
The student becomes the master. A+ for you.
Oh. This is new. I'm loving the look, Matt.
Now this I can get behind. Let's see if we can spot some of the extra updates coming to Train Sim World 7 in their natural habitat. JD, what's new with you?
Nothing, apparently. But I've got one update. Look over there. Oh wow, look at that. We've got a new setting allowing you to turn safety systems on by default.
Wow, that's a good one. Of course, we're here to offer the best simulation experience we can in Train Sim World. And as a highly rated feature from our player surveys, we're giving you the option to turn safety systems on by default before you enter the cab.
So now, Matt, there is no escape on the preview streams from spadding. Of course, you can turn the setting off again. Just be aware that with it on, expect those safety systems to be active the next time you hop into the cab.
I've got a new one. Oh, it's beautiful. We've got all new epic settings for PC.
Whoa!
Yay.
What's that all about?
Well, there's been so much new and powerful PC hardware upgrades since we first launched Train Sim World, and we haven't offered options to let players really utilise their setups to the fullest. So now we're finally unlocking that potential with a range of maximum quality options.
So get ready for increased draw distances, improved shadow quality, colour ranges and skylight intensity settings with more control in your hands to get the experience that you want from Train Sim World. Oh, look at that. All new graphical improvements.
DLSS.
Can you see what they are?
Yeah, JD, that's amazing. There's DLSS,
Finally.
DLSS, FSR, and using DirectX 12 as default. This is going to help with upscaling. It's going to give the gamer a smoother experience. There'll be some frame generation, boosting performance. This is incredible stuff. And take a look here too. Improved load times.
Oh yeah, that's perfect.
Wow.
Even for those who have a huge range of add-ons installed, you'll be heading in and out of the game and main menu much faster than before.
Tell you what, JD, we've got a few more features in the works. Let's share them too.
There's quite a few features in this.
Oh, well, that feels good to be back to normal, Matt.
Yeah, you look a lot less wagony.
I feel less wagony.
Oh wow, looks much better. TSR updates, that's good.
Well, Matt, what an awesome list so far. What else have you got for us?
Well, first, you've all been sharing great feedback on our temporary speed restrictions feature from last year. And we're adding a range of new improvements that should add more randomness.
Yeah, they're going to
more
redesign the
variety,
menus.
and uniqueness to the TSRs you experience on services.
We've also got a range of improvements that will help improve passenger
Oh,
behaviour
thank God.
on trains and on platforms as well, as we know this is an area you've suggested our teams look closer at. And also rated very, very highly on our player surveys over the last year too. Of course, with TSW7 comes a new look of paint as well. We've redesigned our menus, taking on board more feedback to bring you the best interfaces possible when playing and making it as easy as we
I hope
can
they
to jump right
better the settings because
Speaking of
those are
jumping into the
confusing.
action, let's talk Steam Deck. Train Sim World 7 is now Steam Deck ready, giving players more flexibility to enjoy the game away from their main setup. We've also added Steam Cloud Save support,
Oh,
bringing
yay.
Steam closer in line with console save sharing and making it easier for Steam Deck players to pick up their journey wherever they left off.
Next, we have a few updates that were heavily suggested from players in the community. First of which is a big one. We have increased the setting of the max speed of external cameras, especially supporting
good.
console players, but allowing everybody now to keep up with their high-speed trains. Also, we have a button on controllers to help toggle the bell, which we know is very helpful for those playing US content and taking part in 4-up challenges as well.
One last one from me. We've
Oh,
added a
that's good.
settings option for an AI conductor to handle door operations whilst you're driving. Opening, closing doors, managing the guard buzzer, that's typically something the driver wouldn't be expected to cover. It's a new setting and only enabled if you want it, letting
That's
you
great.
focus on the driving and the
They've added so
experience.
many new
Letting you play
features.
Train
Maybe
Sim
they
World
won't
7
release
your
it
way.
Train Sim World 8.
And that, my friends, is our lineup. What a list. Quick recap from the top, Matt.
Dive into our new Freight Hauler mode. Drive easy with simplified controls and experience all new live and improved weather.
On top of that, grab a huge
increased from
range of
2
new
to
quality
about
of life
12,
updates with
so
huge
that's
improvements
quite
to
good.
performance, visuals, loading times, and giving you more settings than ever to improve the experience how you like it.
And don't forget about the extra changes we're working on, directly from your feedback, with a refreshed UI, updates to TSRs, improvements to passengers, and additional tweaks that should help make Train Sim World 7 the best version to date.
So, now you know everything that's coming, why don't we take a look at how you can get involved? Train Sim World 7 will be available through the free starter edition as well as standard, deluxe and all new ultimate edition. So let's talk about what you can expect
Well,
in each bundle.
isn't that
The
just
free
replacing
starter
the
edition
special
is
edition?
available for everybody. It allows players new, existing and old to find their way in Train Sim World 7 for free. Carry across your collections on Steam, Epic Games, PlayStation and Xbox into Train Sim World 7. Find out more in our FAQs. You'll get the updated training centre, including 3 new training centre scenarios, all new collectibles to find, get access to the new Train Sim World 7 core features, including simplified controls, epic settings, graphics improvements and faster loading times, AI conductor, as well as everything from previous Train Sim World editions.
Up next is Standard Edition, best for new players starting out in Train Sim World 7. This includes all of Train Sim World 7's core routes, Tri-Rail Miami, the Nuremberg-Würzburg line and the Airedale and Wharfdale line. It also includes the Train Sim World 7 core features, including Freight Hauler, live weather and weather updates, simple controls and more. This edition also includes up to a 10% pre-order and or loyalty discount depending on the platform you're playing on.
Next up, we have Deluxe Edition. Now, this is best value for those Train Sim World enthusiasts building their collection and jumping into Train Sim World 7. You get all of the previous benefits from all the other editions, including all TSW7 core routes and features, but you also get 3 new deluxe locos as well, including the ICE4, the Class 333, and the Tri-Rail GP49. You'll also get that up to 10% pre-order and loyalty discount depending on the platform you're playing on, and a 5-day early access too.
Up next is the fantastic new Ultimate Edition, best for collectors out there to build up their add-ons for the best value price.
Yeah, but if
And
you're a
that's
collector,
5-day
you would have
early
already
access.
bought the
This
Train Sim
includes
World
all
6.
the previous benefits and has additional Ultimate Edition content with Leipzig, Dresden, the Morristown line.
You would have already
the
had
Riviera
that if
line,
you were a
the
collector, because you would have bought Train Sim World 6.
The NJ Transit, ALP45 DP, and the BR Class 220. Don't forget that 10% pre-order and loyalty discount depending on the platform you're playing on, and that 5-day early access. Now that we've covered everything with Train Sim World 7, remember that you can pre-order the edition you want most right now on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series S and X, and PC. We'll also be sharing the Train Sim World 7 roadmap over the next couple of days and hosting preview live streams for all of the core content.
But we are nowhere near done yet for tonight, so stay with us and let's learn more about the content coming to Train Sim World 7 beyond the launch. We'll be covering this in a few parts, starting with some of the add-ons coming right after launch that you might already know about, then leading into our famous Take a Ticket show with all new announcements and ending up with a full view of the Train Sim World roadmap, including some final reveals too. And of course, for the Thomas and Friends Wonders of Sodor fans watching, we've still got lots of exciting things to share with you coming soon.
Okay.
Thanks JD and Matt, and hello again everyone. Now, just before we dive into the excitement of Take a Ticket this year, I wanted to spend a few minutes covering some of the exciting new add-ons that will be releasing for Train Sim World 7 very soon after launch. Of course, the fun doesn't end with our core content, and you can expect incredible brand new experiences headed your way from our third-party developers. Let's start first with TSG's next release, Neckartalbahn, Heidelberg to Neckarolls. This is a scenic, double-track and fully electrified mainline that winds through the picturesque Neckar Valley. Get the new BR23, the first German steam loco in Train Sim World with reworked steam physics. Also, get the BR140 included with the route, giving you multiple ways to experience traffic as you journey Germany's most beautiful natural landscapes, with 53 kilometers of track, 15 stations to explore, and set in 1974. Sticking to the era, this time let's head to England for a new route from Just Trains. This is Cumbrian Coast, Carlisle to Whitehaven. You'll
Yay.
experience coastal running between
That's
Workington
good.
and Whitehaven with rural scenery and industrial landscapes. Drive the new Class 108 DMU with new wagons
Yeah, we need more
suited to the
first
era.
generation
Now,
DMUs.
Just Trains are experts
Ooh.
of the 1980s, and you'll be treated to freight and shunting operations across the route with 40 miles and 10 stations waiting for you. Now for our US players, we've been talking about High Iron Simulation's first route for some time, and it's coming soon. Get ready for the Southern Pacific Airlines Hayden branch. This is one of America's most renowned and historic Class 1 railroads, with
Down in line
dramatic
when.
western desert scenery. Get diverse and challenging heavy-haul, round-the-clock railroading experiences with the GP35 diesel road switcher and authentic equipment and rolling stock. You'll be transporting copper ore right from the mines straight to the mill, with 20 miles and 5 stations, including Ray Mine, Hayden Copper Smelters, and Winkleman, completing our trio of routes set around the 1980s era. Let's switch up the pace for this next add-on, coming from our developers Vollersworld, with Rhein-Neersbahn, Duisburg to Mönchengladbach. Here comes a
nice.
beautiful scenic route that's over 100 years old, with large stations in big cities to open field and foliage. It's got a strong focus on freight operations, especially in and around the Kempark area. Journey across the historic Hochfelder Eisenbahnbrücke and find yourself across the industrial branch lines, detailed
Are there
routes,
gonna be
and
any
the freight
more
bypass
new
between
stock?
Wright and Viersen. Finally, coming soon is our next new country into Train Sim World. Of course, Portugal awaits in Lisbon,
yay.
Setúbal. This is coming from brand new developers Virtua Via 360.
They announced this
and you'll
last
be
year, didn't
operating
they?
the busy suburban and ECS services between Lisbon and Setúbal with the Series 3500 EMU. Fully licensed by Vertigus, featuring full on-board announcements and Portuguese safety systems and signaling. And with this line, we're bringing something new to Train Sim World, the 1668mm Iberian gauge. And you'll be sightseeing major landmarks on this new adventure, crossing the iconic Ponte 20 y Cinco de Abril bridge on your 54-kilometer route. So there you have it, a fantastic selection of add-ons, all in the final stages of development and ready to release into Train Sim World 7.
September
for the
29th,
launch.
the
Which
Dami
one are you
line.
excited
They didn't-
for most?
I
And
didn't
now
know
it's
that was a
enough
thing.
waiting. Let's head to the Take a Ticket show with brand new announcements from Harry and Jan.
Oh yes, this is exciting, my favourite part.
Hello everyone, and welcome to our third ever Take a Ticket show! I'm Harry, the Community Manager and Social Media Manager at Dovetail Games.
And I'm Jan, another member of our community team. But if you're a regular of our channels, you'll have seen us all over the community already.
We'll be your host for today's show, and if this is your first time watching, here's what you can expect.
Take a Ticket is our chance to team up with developers and bring you the first news of exciting new projects headed to Train Sim World. For every reveal, we will share a few key details and snippets of information that will give you a taste of what's to come from our teams and the developers of the content, and even a few sneak peeks at work-in-progress gameplay.
During our countdown, we've already teased tickets for tonight. Let's see them one last time and get ready for the reveals. As you can see, tonight we've got lots to look forward to.
Another
With
All Over
every
Studios
ticket being
route
a brand new
and an
announcement,
ATS route.
including new remasters, 2 brand new developers coming into the
Another
scene.
Dutch
And
route.
is that a Netherlands flag?
All right, enough teasing. Let's get the show on the track with the first ticket. Here's
Please
Take a
ticket.
Ticket. 36.
Did he say 2036?
Here we go. Let's dive in with our first ticket coming from the UK. All Aboard Studios are taking us back to the
Birmingham to
Midlands
Shrewsbury.
with Birmingham Shrewsbury.
Oh, wow,
It's a 42-mile
that's
route between Birmingham
exciting.
and Shrewsbury, with notable landmarks including Shrewsbury Castle and the Shifnal Viaduct. Explore Shrewsbury, a complex junction station with runaround and shunting movements, as well as regional, local and freight traffic. Drive the Transport for Wales Class 158 DMU across 9 new stations between Wolverhampton and Shrewsbury, including Cosford and Telford Central. Why don't we let one of our brand new TSW development partners take the spotlight now, with a new coastal adventure coming to the UK in the Atlantic coast, Par to Newquay
Oh, that's quite
add-on
nice.
from Brasstown Games. Get ready for coast-to-coast Cornish route featuring local GWR passenger services, catch the sun over 20 miles and 7 new stations between Par on the south coast and Newquay on the north coast, hop aboard the GWR Class 150, as well as hauling an all-new JIA China Clay wagon. Also, enjoy the Foy branch line between Lostwithiel and Foy Harbour for layered freight gameplay.
Hey, who's looking for a new expert level challenge? The Train Sim Germany team have got their third expert project coming up, and it's something we know you've been suggesting to our teams for quite some time. Get ready for the Expert ÖBB Railjet.
Oh, wow.
A new expert series train arrives from the Train Sim Germany development team. Travel along Vorarlberg, Semmeringbahn and Salzburg-Rosenheim with the Taurus and Generation 1 train sets of the ÖBB Railjet. An expert-level locomotive with real faults and problems similar in scope to the Expert BR101 and Expert BR145. Included with the release will also be the ÖBB Class 1116, the first and second class cars and Bistrowagen.
Now, let's reveal another US route, but this time something brand new is coming from the Dovetail Games team. It's the NJ Transit Bergen Line. Jump straight into all new scenic journeys out of Hoboken with a new route from the Dovetail Games team. Operate a range of new stock included with the route, including the new GP40PH-2B diesel locomotive and the new Comet 5 cab car and trailer.
How exciting.
Now, why don't we take a look at another new development team here on track for Train Sim World. Here comes Pixelpunk Studios, bringing you the next UK remaster with the Northern Trans-Pennine remastered route and the Class 37 Loco add-on. This will come with a major scenery and lighting overhaul, with entire towns and cities rebuilt to modern standards. A brand new timetable with the Class 37-0 bringing the Northern Trans-Pennine route to life. Full updates to the rolling stock are of course included, as well as stock from the BR Heavy Freight Pack with the latest improvements. Plus, with the Northern Trans-Pennine remastered ending in Leeds, it's a perfect link to our new UK Airedale and Wharfdale network.
Yeah, but it's based in
Following
1980s.
the huge appeal of our first Dutch route, we're heading back to the Netherlands.
Finally.
Get ready for Amsterdam to Den Haag.
Nice.
Experience the Netherlands in a brand new way. Travelling through busier city-style environments. Branch down to the coastal town of Zandvoort and follow the main line through the Netherlands' iconic tulip country and the historic city of Leiden. And take control of the new VIRM multiple unit for this route, featuring double-decker passenger sets.
And finally, as our final ticket of today, we've got one last announcement that we know fans from the UK have always wanted. Get ready, as the Alan Thompson Simulations team are bringing London King's Cross into Train Sim World. This is a huge project for their team as we head back to the East Coast main line. We know you're excited, and we'll have many more details to share with you in our Train Sim World.
London King's Cross, what does that mean? You're just leaving London King's Cross? You mean London to
And that's everything we have. What an incredible range of tickets.
Let's take a look one last time over everything. I'm so excited to share this with you all soon, and you'll hear more in our roadmaps and news over the coming months. For me personally, I'm most looking forward to the Netherlands route.
I'm more of a Railjet guy. Speaking of roadmaps, let's pass to Alex and Matt, and I heard there's even more announcements to come.
Ooh.
Whoa, what a great Take a Ticket. So many awesome new reveals. Now tell us what you're excited about most in our communities, and be sure to support all of the amazing development teams working on these add-ons as we share more in the upcoming roadmaps.
Speaking of roadmaps, let's show the Train Sim World 7 launch roadmap and get a full view of everything coming, including a final few announcements for tonight.
Let's take a look here. Of course, we've got all of the core Train Sim World 7 content coming on release or 5 days earlier with Deluxe and Ultimate editions.
We've got some fantastic new add-ons coming soon after launch that we've been following closely during development in our roadmaps, as well as all our previously announced content.
And on top of that, an awesome lineup of brand new announcements from our Take a Ticket show that we just shared, including our next trip to the Netherlands and 2 brand new TSW developers joining the scene.
Now it's my turn to officially announce some new add-ons, as we've also got some great projects coming soon, including a GWR Class 387 locomotive from Gruff Dog Games, Northern Class 158 from Skyhook Games.
We saw that.
This will also join perfectly with our Train Sim World 7 Northern Class 331 and 333 trains.
Class 466 and Sheerness Branch from
Oh, that's
Firefly
good.
Simulations, and the DBBR 212 Class V100 locomotive from TSG. And
Nice.
finally, it's very early days and coming from a brand new dev, Railforge, but we're taking TSW to a brand new country.
Oh, I can't tell you, Matt, how many messages I've had about this country. You go ahead, it's all yours to reveal.
Oh, what country is
So
it?
Railforge are currently in
Romania.
development of a Romanian route as a longer term project, so I'm sure we'll show you all down the line in later roadmaps.
Romania, oh my gosh, just what an amazing way to end all of our announcements tonight.
Whoa, hang on, Alex. Just before we finish the roadmap section, we do want to talk more about what you can expect from the year ahead with Train Sim World 7 and give you an overview of areas we're developing before launch.
That's right. We're going to show you a look at our own seasonal roadmap, building from your community feedback thoughts from our surveys, and our vision to keep you informed of where we're taking Train Sim World. The plan is having a major update every few months, focusing on some of the biggest updates and improvements, and opportunities where we can launch community-requested updates, new features, remasters, and other longer-term projects, and possibly even new announcements and more into a single moment. Of course, we'll still have patches and updates between these seasonal drops, but the goal here is to make really impactful moments in the year stand out and keep you all excited about Train Sim World all year round. And the best place to find out about updates and news for these changes? Of course, it's our monthly roadmaps, our live streams, and in our community spaces.
Right, I think we're finally done here on Train Sim World, but we're not finished yet for tonight. So let's hand over to Miles and Jamie for news on Thomas and Friends Wonders of Sodor.
Hey everyone, I'm Miles, one of the brand managers at Dovetail, and I'm joined with a very familiar face to you all.
Hi everyone, as a lot of you know, I'm Jamie, one of the community managers and also one of the many Thomas and Friends fans at Dovetail.
So far you've seen so many exciting developments and things going on behind the scenes at Dovetail. However, earlier this year we released Thomas and Friends Wonders of Sodor to you all, and what a time it's been since we launched. Thank you to everyone who's been playing.
We absolutely loved seeing all the screenshots, videos and reactions from the fans. It's meant a lot to the whole team. A project like this takes a lot of work, and we thought it'd be fun to give you a little look at how everything came together. We wanted to give you some insight into the team and the process of bringing you the wonderful world of Sodor.
Stick around because we're also going to show you the first look at what the future of Thomas and Friends Wonders of Sodor looks like. Let's jump into it, shall we?
When you're a kid and you're a huge Thomas fan like I was, you never expect to work on a project like this.
When I found out I was going to have that opportunity to write the music for the game, it honestly took me a moment to even sort of process that in my mind.
I've been a huge fan for a long while, since I was a little boy, and it's kind of a boyhood dream to have been able to work on this and become part of the history of Thomas and Friends.
It's really nice having a product where people are really looking forward to it and really wanting to play it.
I read the stories when I was young. I've read the books multiple times to both my children.
Oh look, it's that little blue tank engine.
And being able to bring those stories into the game.
Hello, said Thomas. Who are you?
To walk around the island. I hope everyone here can just be a really useful engine.
I'm Jamie, I'm a community manager at Dovetail Games and also help to write the stories for Thomas and Friends Wonders of Sodor. Myself and Cameron investigated episodes from every era of Thomas and Friends to see what types of stories certain characters haven't had yet and how they would fit into the game. Both of us have been fans for years, so we could bounce ideas off each other and give feedback on each other's stories.
Yeah, I'm Cameron. I'm a member of the gameplay team and also was the writer of the scripts and also a subject matter expert. With something like this, you have to be really careful because the stories are so well known and the books on the TV show are beyond famous. They are known all around the world. So taking them into a game is a lot different from an episode of the show because you have to consider how you're telling the story in a different medium.
One morning, Thomas was shunting trucks in the yard when
and then you also have to add the interactivity side of it.
To make sure they felt authentic, we used different types of railway terminology, just as the Reverend Wilbur Awdry did in the original stories.
You really need to learn how to shunt trucks properly, Tom.
And we also considered how each character would react to specific situations, the friendships each character has over the years, and the way they speak to one another.
So we can explore character dynamics and situations that the show never touched on or the books never adapted.
I'm Benjamin Simons. I'm the creative brand strategist and composer here at Dovetail Games. I wanted to write something that lifelong fans of the series would hear and know, felt like it was connected to the world of Thomas and Friends. It needed to be nostalgic while feeling new, like a fresh take on the theme and the idea from that first note that you hear in the music. It was an invitation to come in and explore this world we've created. I wanted it to just feel grand and like a big warm musical hug, essentially.
Not only am I as good as you, but Thomas, I'm better.
What was really important to us was that we wanted to do the island justice and stay true to that source material as much as we could. There are so many friends on the islands of Sodor. The island itself, it's a complete island. There's so much there to go and find. And there are so many things that everyone finds really iconic and relates to. So it's trying to really understand, how do we get that down to something that's achievable? What are the characters that we want to bring in that we can do the best stories with? And what parts of the island should be representing there?
So we have several stories that are brand new for this. So for example, we have Branching Out, which involves Diesel and Annie Clarabelle, which never happened in the show, but you get to explore a unique relationship between the two.
We wanted to make sure that the new stories brought something new to each character, or something they hadn't done before.
Thomas and Friends Wonders of Sodor allows you to do so much more than you already know with these stories.
Hello, said Thomas. Who are you? I'm Bertie. Who are you? I'm Thomas.
I'm Rob Powell. I'm part of the game development team at Dovetail Games. I worked on both the scenarios and the timetable mode that the players saw. It was a bit of a challenge to begin with, because usually for Train Sim World, when we develop timetables, we have real-world timetables to go from that we implement into the game as best as we can. With the island being a truncated version of the Reverend Audrey's island, I had to create the timetable from scratch, which means I had to iterate and design my own timetable and then implement that in-game.
My name is Oliver. I'm a character animator at Dovetail Games, and I worked on Train Sim 3, 4, 5, and 6, and most recently Wonders of Sodor. In every other train sim we've worked on, the trains are just trains essentially, but these are living, breathing steam engines, and they're all friends with each other, and they all love what they do, and giving them that personality for each character really does make things pop. I researched all the different personalities of the trains essentially, even being given Mattel character sheets, official ones, so I could be as on model as possible. And there was a group of people in the office who are very passionate about Thomas and Friends. So I was constantly sending them messages saying like, what do you think about this animation? Do you think this smile looks a little bit off? And they were just giving me so much feedback.
When I first saw Thomas and Friends, it's around about 5-6 years old. It's around when the first series, I think it was ITV that were running it at the time.
My mum has a photo of me, must have been around 5 years old, sitting on her shoulders as a real life Thomas pulled into a train station.
I had the original CG Thomas show playing on loop in the background whilst I worked.
There's so much history with Thomas and Friends, so it was a really good way to challenge ourselves against an internal audience essentially, who already could tell us so many great things about what was going to work and what wasn't.
So I'm Darius, I'm a video editor here at Dovetail Games, and my role in bringing Sodor to life was the gameplay trailer. But we wanted to capture the sort of nostalgia of the franchise. The idea to use parts of the TV intro wasn't by accident. We wanted to hook people from the very first shot. The moment that we realised that this was Sodor was the very first shot in the announced trailer. It took 3 or 4 attempts to get that first windmill shot perfect for the announced trailer, and the moment we got that shot, me, Ben and Miles all went, that's it, we got it.
Being a lifelong fan, getting to work on a project like this, it is a dream come true. It's something that getting to be such a large part of it, getting to write the stories, getting to build the gameplay.
If you told me then that I'd go on to write the music for an official Thomas and Friends video game, I think my young mind would have been completely blown.
I mean, since I started working at Dovetail, I'll be honest, it was something I hoped that I'd get to work on one day. And then to be actually given the green light to work on it, said, yeah, we've chosen you to come and do the timetable and some of the scenario work for it, was just unbelievable.
We have so many of our own stories, and I'm sure you do too. And being able to bring those stories into the game, to walk around the island, is magical for me, and I hope it's magical for you as well.
being a part of that 80+ year history of the Thomas and Friends franchise. That's the best feeling in the world.
To be able to walk around the world of the island of Sodor and to see all the different characters and the different jobs.
It's just a thrill that you can't get watching an episode of the show.
I think if fans could take one thing away from Wonders of Sodor, it would be joy. We really wish you just the happiness of exploring the island of Sodor.
And I really can't wait to see the future of Thomas and Friends Wonders of Sodor. Wow, what a journey it's been to get here. Thank you again to all of the players for sharing your thoughts and feedback over the past few months. We see the passion from you all. Your feedback has really helped us to update the game and make it the best possible version it can be for you all. We're working on more updates for the game based on your feedback, and we hope to bring you news as soon as we have it.
Whether you've been playing on PC or console, we hope that you've loved the game just as much as we've loved making it for you all. And don't forget, for those collectors of you, the deluxe version of Thomas and Friends Wonders of Sodor will be available on a physical disc releasing later this year.
Oh, and it comes with a sticker pack too. I love that. We know just how excited you've all been to hear what's coming next from us at Dovetail and what's next for Wonders of Sodor.
Today we're very excited to confirm that our teams are currently developing new content for Thomas and Friends Wonders of Sodor. We've been listening closely to your feedback, reading your comments and discussing what you'd like to see from the game in the future. Thanks to that support, we're pleased to be able to share a little more about what's ahead. On screen now is our first Thomas and Friends Wonders of Sodor roadmap, showing you all what's next for the game and when you can expect new information. As you can see, we're going to be bringing you 2 new characters to the game over the coming months. Keep your eyes peeled on our socials and we'll be sharing more with you soon.
We're also pleased to announce that as of today, we're giving all players of Thomas and Friends Wonders of Sodor a free LBSC Thomas Anniversary livery to celebrate the launch and community. Log in now to claim and play.
That's our Thomas and Friends Wonders of Sodor update done for today. Thanks for joining us and back to you, JD.
Countdown for liftoff. T-5.
So, what a year. Another Train Sim world, more routes and content than ever, a packed roadmap, and even more to come for Thomas and Friends Wonders of Sodor. Let's take a quick recap over the whole event. So we revealed Train Sim World 7's latest lineup featuring, for the US, we are heading to the coast of Florida. Incoming is the Tri-Rail Miami route and the deluxe Tri-Rail GP49 Loco. On the UK side, get ready for a connected network with the Airedale and Wharfdale route alongside the deluxe Class 333. And finally, completing the set in Germany, we have an adventure with the Nuremberg-Würzburg route and the deluxe BR412 ICU4. We also announced all new features for Train Sim World 7, including a new mode for freight fans, new live weather, simplified physics and driving controls, a huge range of quality of life improvements and settings to increase the limits of your gameplay and allow you to play however you want to. We also had another exciting Take a Ticket show in which we unveiled brand new add-ons coming to Train Sim World with 2 new partner developers, a new remaster and our second journey to the Netherlands. We also had a quick look at the TSW7 roadmap, including even more announcements, as well as revealing that the first TSW Romanian route is in development. Very exciting. Be sure to get all of the details in our full roadmap articles releasing after the show from tomorrow. And finally, we took a behind-the-scenes look at the development for Thomas and Friends Wonders of Sodor, confirming brand new content is in development with our teams, showcasing the first Wonders of Sodor roadmap, talking to all of our development teams and everyone behind the game to find out a little bit more about how we made it. And excitingly today, we have given away the LBSC Thomas Anniversary livery. So if you head in game now, you will get this, and we're doing so to celebrate the launch of the game as well as our brilliant community. And so that is everything for this year. Let us know what you thought in our Dovetail Games Discord, socials and community spaces. And for more information for anything that we shared today, head to the Train Sim World website. Don't forget, you can order Train Sim World 7 right now and get up to 10% discount on all paid editions up until launch. And for deluxe and ultimate editions, you'll also get 5 days early access on the 10th of September. Thank you all for another brilliant Dovetail Direct this year, and thank you to all of the staff who made it all happen. Some new faces which were great to see on the show. We can't wait to get everything announced into your hands very soon. We'll see you later this week for the Train Sim World roadmap. Goodbye for now, and get the 15th of September in your calendars.
All systems go.
Well, that was quite good. Oh, we're watching bloopers, I guess.
Hello everybody and welcome to Dovetail Direct 2026. I'm JD, your host for the next 60 minutes worth of entertainment. Shall we find out what we've got in store for this year's Dovetail Direct? I think so. Let's go. Stick out.
No.
I'm excited. Let's get through to the show, and I've lost it.
With early access kickstarting from September 10th.
Oh.
Oh.
Here we go. Let's dive in with our first ticket.
Hello again, everyone. Well,
it was a great experience, though. Yeah, I'm glad that I went on the trip and experienced it. It will be an experience that I will kind of be able. Yeah, sorry, I used experience a lot there.
What's going to be taking part? Oh, no, we've lost it. I shouldn't say the date there.
This will create more gameplay.
What is that?
Sam? So Zach, is that the coffee machine? Is it done?
There's no more beans? Are we beanless?
I'm excited to find out what everything is now with Florida Tri-Rail, Miami Airport to Boca Raton, and a huge range of included stuff.
So if you're a new player looking to give Train Sim World 7 a go, why not? It's free.
You tagged on the it's free. I wanted to add the compatible.
That we can't wait to show you. They know their place.
All Aboard Studios are taking us back up north. Up north? I think it was not north. This is Midlands Eraser.
Pre-built up to modern standards, so the... Alex, I think it's a nerves thing. I'm not nervous, Alex, with you. I think it's my eyes naturally.
We've got all of the routes, locos, and features that you know and love.
Someone's playing.
Including a few beer.
Oh, really? That's coming?
Exactly.
I can hear it. Someone's playing simple controls over there.
Tell me about the train. Just say, tell me about the train.
Featuring double-decker passenger sets.
And you just said the last line of film. Hell yeah, guys. Until we do the reshoot.
Well, that was great. Thank you all for watching. See you next time.